It was no accident. The death of a little boy in Newberry on December 27th was a homicide, according to the results of an initial autopsy released today.
Deputies believe the autopsy results are suspicious and are now investigating anyone who had contact with 5-year-old Javarian Wallace. In our first 10 minutes of nonstop local coverage, TV 20's Stu Carter reports neighbors are devastated to find out the little boy who had ADHD was murdered.
Neighbors I spoke to today in Newberry all agree on two things. One, 5-year-old Javarian Wallace should have been safe. The second, they all want to know who's Javarian's murderer.
That's the problem. You don't know who did it.
Neighbor Paul Connolly has been living here for 2 months and have seen the kids patrol the neighborhood.
Ride on bikes, they ride on little go pads.
But nothing what he saw days after Christmas.
I seen the cops up in front of the house, the paramedics behind the cop cars.
To try and save 5-year-old Javarian Wallace's life.
Because a child can't help themselves.
Florence Brown says she's devastated someone could hurt a 5-year-old who's been diagnosed with ADHD and had behavioral issues.
I wouldn't do my kids like that. And I wouldn't do nobody else's on like that. Because I love children.
Deep down in my heart, I just wanted to go kill somebody myself. I did that to that 5-year-old boy.
The mother told deputies she went to check on Javarian's sister at this house on Northwest 255th Drive in Newberry. When she came back, she says she found Javarian lying on the floor, not responding to her.
I feel bad about it, about the little baby.
Javarian Wallace was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. After looking at the initial autopsy reports, deputies believe Javarian was murdered.
Children are the treasures of our lives, and so, you know, it's anytime you have a tragedy like this, it's very heartfelt, and, you know, it affects everyone.
And now neighbors hope Javarian will rest in peace.
Just sorry it happened.
Deputies say it could take weeks before a final autopsy report will be released. A cause of death was not released and no suspect has been identified. 2 adults lived in the home, Javarian's mother Valerie and his aunt. Whoever is responsible, deputies say, charges can range from neglect to homicide to even manslaughter. Stu Carter,
Good evening.
TV
The criminal
20
cases in 2 high-profile crimes are escalating tonight. In Newberry, investigators have determined that the little boy who was found dead in his home on December 27th was beaten to death.
And his mother and his aunt today were arrested. TV 20's Stu Carter reports neighbors are having a hard time believing Javarian Wallace's own mother could have killed him.
Early this morning, Alachua County deputies arrested 26-year-old Valerie Owens and Javarian's aunt, 55-year-old Alice Owens, at their home in Newberry. A family spokesperson says they're still looking for answers after 5-year-old Javarian was murdered. Neighbors I spoke to offer hope for remaining members of the family.
Oh, man.
Neighbor Kendall Blue, shocked ASO was at the Owens home this morning.
2 fluorescent trucks, 2 marked cars, and maybe a marked car go down to Miss Alice's house.
And could not believe the mother and aunt were taken into custody.
It's just a blow that both of those was involved.
Especially after this incident.
I didn't really put a whole, thought in it.
Alachua County Sheriff deputies saw red flags popping up after initial autopsy reports came.
Very unfortunate for the young child.
At first, deputies say Valerie Owens told deputies she left Javarian in the room to check on his sister. When she returned, she found Javarian on the floor, not responding to her. But after looking closely at medical records, it shows 5-year-old Javarian was beaten to death.
Body was badly beaten, bruising and contusions about his whole body from head to toe.
And now that both women are in jail, deputies hope the rest of the family will get relief.
Hopefully, like I said, this can bring some closure to that case and bring some closure for the community in Newberry.
All I can do is just pray for him, man, just lift him up in prayer and turn it over to my higher power.
The family spokesperson says Javarian's sister will stay with another child in the house. Valerie is pregnant with twins, and once delivered, they will stay with their sister. Stu Carter, TV 20 News.